2, 1. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to This State in History, the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is a dive into the weird, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, covering topics seldomly, if ever, seen from most news sources these days. Join us! During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. For links to these articles, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Alexander.
Golden Loon on Friday the 13th.
Yeah! You know, that's probably why you're here.
Oh, man. Wow. What did I do to deserve that?
Exist. But no, I'm happy that you're here. It's a rare treat that you're ever on the news show, actually.
Yeah, very rarely.
Yeah. Anyway, today, and of course, today is Friday Day, Friday the 13th, October 13th, 2023. Well, let's jump into the news today, shall we? Starting us with Oddity Central, we have impressive road to Bali beach divides the internet. A road leading to Bali's Pandawa beach that seems to split an entire plateau in half has sparked a heated online debate about the practicality of the project and its effect on local wildlife. Here we go again. Featuring fine white sand and crystal clear water, the picture-perfect beach of Pandawa was already one of Bali's most beautiful seaside destinations, but the road dug into the limestone cliffs separating the beach from the rest of the island really catapulted it into the top tourist destinations of the island. Until only a decade ago, Pandawa Beach was only popular among locals, as the limestone cliffs secluded from foreigners' eyes were notoriously hard to traverse. However, everything changed in 2012 when a road leading down to the beach was created by cutting through the cliffs. Today, the road has itself become somewhat of a tourist attraction in its own right, but also the topic of a heated debate. And look at that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's an eyesore.
So I can see why it divided the island. There's no getting around that.
Well, no, it's not
no getting through it. I mean, you can't.
Well, no, it's not physically dividing things. It's dividing people on environmentalism principles. They cut through this to get to the beach.
Yeah, but animals can't cross over and
that
the
too.
Other side. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the environmentalists are all crazy about.
Probably. I think they're more pissed off about just the complete destruction. I mean, like, look at that.
That's incredible.
Like, that's not incredible. That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah, well, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Awful or positive. I'm not saying either way. It's
true.
Just amazing.
From the moment the road to Pandawa Beach was inaugurated, it instantly transformed the secluded destination into a major tourist hotspot with 90-degree vertical cliffs on both sides. The road is very popular with Instagram users looking for eye-catching pics. Yeah.
Jeez,
wow.
Look at that.
Such destruction.
Man, oh man, oh man. I can see why they're complaining about that.
Yeah.
And I bet you the locals are really not happy because now you got a bunch of tourists coming to their once paradise beach.
If there's one thing I know about beach people, they're very territorial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
absolutely.
You used to be one of them.
Sometimes I invaded territories.
Yeah, true. Anyway, moving on up. Restaurant credits deliciousness of pork skewers to sauce jar that hasn't been cleaned in 60 years. Oh. A popular restaurant in Tokyo, Japan, sparked controversy for claiming to dip its delicious pork skewers in a sauce jar that has not been cleaned in over half a century. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. Abe Chan, a famous pork skewer eatery in Tokyo's Azabu Juban shopping district, was recently featured on a popular Japanese television show where it was revealed that one of the secrets to his success was a rather dubious-looking jar covered in a gelatinous mass. That just sounds awful. Apparently, this was the same sauce jar that pork skewers have been dipped into for the last 60 years, and the dark brown mass around the jar is the sauce that spilled over and hardened over the decades. According to the third-generation owner of Abi-chan, the jar has never been cleaned in the last 6 decades, which apparently contributes to the rich taste of the sauce. Oh my god, that is nasty. That is just disgusting.
Yum.
Ugh. Like, can you imagine the amount of mold and bacteria and stuff that's in there? And people are eating that. Good God, dude, that is just nasty. Look at that. Ugh. Blah. That's a good. Oh man. Ugh. Good thing I don't have any more teriyaki chicken. Oh God, I want to throw up.
It looks like that teriyaki chicken.
It does. That's why I'm about to throw up. Oh my God. Moving on up, more from Oddity Central. School lunch provider creates manga milk bottles to motivate kids to drink milk. A Japanese producer of milk and dairy products came up with an ingenious way of motivating kids to finish their milk bottles at lunch, decorating the bottles with manga comics, which is their form of comic.
Okay. I didn't
manga
know what
is
that
comic.
was. I was hoping it would explain that to me.
Yeah, well, like manga, like it's the anime form of comics. Like
Okay.
comic books, Superman, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Japanese form,
Okay.
with like
Got
Dragon
it.
Ball Z and all that crap.
Yeah.
Sake Milk, a milk producer and processor in Japan's Gifu Prefecture, has been providing its products to local schools, but in recent years the company has seen consumption of milk drop significantly. According to its own research, the majority of school students, around 65% of them, were not finishing their milk bottles at lunch, which caused unnecessary food waste and also deprived them of calcium and other valuable nutrients. That makes no sense. I always finish my milk at school. Like, that's the best part of lunch. If you get the chocolate milk, drink it up.
Chocolate milk?
Oh yeah, no, you get to choose either like normal milk or chocolate milk.
Who would charge out of kids? Who would choose normal milk? You did over chocolate milk?
Well, you got to diversify. You can't always have chocolate.
Okay.
Even as a kid, I knew okay.
You get tired of one or the other.
Yeah, so you gotta ping pong. And the thing is, the milk was so good that's actually, I think that's the basis, because you know how long it takes me to drink, to sip on beer and all that stuff. Like, I ration beverages. So I think that's where my training was coming from, because you get this little rinky-dink little bottle of milk, and then that has to cover your whole lunch. That's like 3 sips, so you have to really ration, that milk with your lunch if you want, to have a good ratio. Anyway, however, if you're a parent, you probably already know that getting kids to eat things that are good for them isn't the easiest thing in the world. Luckily, Seki Milk came up with an original and fun way to motivate children to finish their milk: manga bottles. So there you go. So they finish their milk and it's etched into the glass. So here's a bigger form. You can kind of see it right there.
You can only see it once you've drinking your milk.
Yep. So you gotta drink your milk, and then you have a little. But now this is, if that is actual glassware, now you have kids potentially collecting these, and if that breaks, then now you have dangers.
Wow.
So. Well, I mean, they collect them, they put it in their backpack, carry them around with us, with them, look, I got this one, let's trade, I see it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And if it actually is glass, eventually something will break and somebody will get hurt. So, anyway, let's move on up here. Glass-covered building kills over 1,000 birds in just one day. What?
Oh, geez. Flying into it, I guess.
Yeah. Chicago's McCormick Place, the largest convention center in North America,
Where?
was Chicago's McCormick Place.
I wanted the Chicago.
Chicago.
Thank you.
Was recently responsible for the deaths of at least 1,000 small birds that crashed into its thick glass walls. According to the Chicago Bird Collision Monitor, CBCM, a volunteer conservation project dedicated to the protection of migratory birds, on October 5th, the carcasses of at least 1,000 small birds, including Tennessee warblers, a hermit thrush, and American woodcocks, were found around McCormick Place. They all died after colliding with the iconic building's transparent glass walls, which birds simply cannot detect. The CBCM said that this was the highest number of crash-caused bird deaths that the group recorded from the grounds of one building in a single day. Unfortunately, the number of deaths may actually be much higher because many birds continue to fly after suffering serious injuries, only to die hours later. Yeah,
probably most of them, I would think.
Yeah.
Wouldn't die immediately.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
It just reminds me of that one time we had that little bird in the house somehow. It got in the house. You weren't here, actually. I was chasing it around with a broom. And then you weren't home. You were at work or whatever. I was home alone.
Oh, okay.
And it flew straight into, the big window we have, in the formal living room.
Yeah.
And wham! And it just fell down. And I couldn't tell if it was breathing or not. I just put it outside. And then it was gone. So probably a cat took it. I'm not sure. But still, bringing up environmentalism stuff, why isn't there a big stink about, these tall buildings with, glass like that causes so much bird death? Can't they do something put a film over it without sacrificing, the architectural grandiose of the building, making more, hey, this isn't open air birds, type thing?
I don't know.
Oh, there has to be something.
Shame.
Yeah, it is. Moving on up, meet Neckzilla, the thickest neck in bodybuilding. This guy's neck is just... Rubio Masquera, aka Neckzilla, is an IFBB elite pro bodybuilder from Colombia, known primarily for the size of his muscular neck, which reportedly measures 20 inches in circumference. Holy crap! So actually,
20 inches.
20 inches. So Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, trying to get the tape measure on and fading into the purple, but this is the circumference of his neck. Like,
He's up and down. Maybe you can get it from up and down. No, you're still too big.
No, it doesn't work with the window open. You see this?
Yeah.
It's messing with my background here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rabiel Mosquera has a pretty impressive physique, but just one look at his neck is enough to explain his popular nickname, Neckzilla. It really is something to behold, and while he doesn't hold the official title of the thickest neck in bodybuilding, there are many who believe he truly has the most muscular neck in the sport. Seen from some angles, it seems like his traps stretch all the way up his jawline, but it's actually his neck that is simply a lot more muscular than most. In fact, some bodybuilding fans have expressed concerns that the size of his neck distracts judges at bodybuilding competitions, causing them to miss some of his other assets. Look at that thing. That's thicker than his head.
Yeah.
The man is a thumb. Like, which I won't say that to his face because he'll probably kill me. But that is a really thick neck. And these are all, yeah, there he is.
Holy cow.
Good God. They say you could be anything. This guy decided to turn into a balloon animal. So,
yeah, that's weird looking.
that's, yeah. Like,
It almost looks like he has a cape on or something.
it almost looks like he has cancerous growths.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, massive. Yikes. Anyway, more from Audi Central here. Car manufacturers stack 7-car tower to demonstrate body durability. Alright. Chinese car manufacturer Chery came up with an unusual marketing pitch to promote its new EQ7 electric crossover, building a tower of cars to show how durable its aluminum body is. China's electric vehicle production is firing on all cylinders these days, and manufacturers are coming up with all kinds of marketing strategies to get a leg up on the competition. Take Chinese company Chery, whose new EQ7 electric car hit the local market last month. It is said to strike a good quality/price balance, has an intriguing design, and has an official driving range of 415 to 512 kilometers on a fully charged battery. But the same cannot be said about many of its competitors. So in order to make it stand out, Chery decided to focus on the strength of its LFS aluminum body by creating a tower of no less than 7 EQ7s. Okay.
Yeah, let's see if 7 steel cars will stand up under one of those babies.
Yeah.
Aluminum's pretty light, but you do have the batteries and everything else in it.
Yeah, but see, that's all fine and good, but what does this have to do with the car's primary function?
Nothing.
So
They're trying to, people say, oh, aluminum, that's not strong enough.
Well, I mean,
that's what they're saying. It's
cars are
like
designed to
accident.
crumple. Well, they're designed to crumple,
Yeah.
Like, the old cars, the steel cars, if you have, an immovable object meeting an unstoppable force, what's going to happen? Everybody inside the cars are just going to blow up, just because there's no give, there's no crumple, there's nothing for that energy to be dispersed of. Yeah. So that's why everything's like, crumples. Like, but this is is weird.
What keeps that on the ground if you're going 80 miles an hour? Why wouldn't? Not you wouldn't get airborne necessarily, but it just seems so tight.
Well, at least it's not a smart car. Over the fence.
Over the fence.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's, what else do we got? Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. And actually, pardon me, I'm just going to move this here so I don't have to see that gross image. Oh god, it's on this screen too. Hold on a second. 23-year-old, from Oddity Central, content creator willingly eats tapeworm-infested fish for views. 23-year-old Nicola Krataka, a self-described extreme eater, deliberately ate a fish infested with tapeworms and filmed herself doing it in the hopes of going viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's shocking what some people will do for a bit of online attention these days. Take this young Florida content creator who, after catching a tapeworm-infested bass while fishing on a lake, instead of throwing away the fish after discovering the parasites, he decided to eat it, knowing full well that he could become infected. Unsurprisingly, it wasn't long until he started experiencing side effects like stomach aches, diarrhea, nausea, sizziness. What the hell? Sizziness. Oops. Hold on a second. Let me open it. I've never heard of that. Sizziness. Oh, dizziness. Okay, that's weird. Somebody misspelled something.
Yeah.
And weakness. In the end, he had to seek medical help and start taking deworming medication. Still, Krakta said he has no regrets. You know what? It's things like this. Like, we've got to stop catering to the lowest common denominator. We got to start letting nature take its course. Let's you know, the stupid people off themselves. This guy ate willingly, got himself, you know, intentionally infected with tapeworms for online clouds. Let him keep him for the rest of his life. Let him suffer. Make him suffer. He does not deserve medical attention. He did this to himself. Let him, you know, like, you know, somebody who shoots himself in the foot, let it get gangrenous. He did it himself. F him. F him. So, like, you know, these, you know, freaking content creators, these, you know, influencers and whatnot, they're just sick in the head, and they need to go by the way of the dodo. Anyway, going from one really gross medical thing to something really intriguing, 80-year-old woman discovers that she has lived with a metal needle in her brain all her life.
How did that get there?
I don't know. That's the question of the day. How did that get there? After undergoing a CT scan, an 80-year-old woman from Russia, of course, okay, Sakhalin region discovered that she had a 3-centimeter needle, metal needle, lodged in the left side of her brain. Photos of the woman's CT scan results were recently released by the Sakhalin Ministry of Health, along with a shocking explanation. Taking into consideration the woman's age, doctors believe that the needle was inserted into her brain by her own parents soon after birth. As shocking as that sounds, such practices were not uncommon in war-torn Russia. Parents who could not afford to take care of their babies in difficult wartime conditions inserted thin needles into their brain through the fontanelle, a gap in the skull that gradually closes as the baby grows, to kill them. This method left no trace as the fontanelle quickly closed, leaving no evidence of the murder weapon. So wow, her parents tried to kill her. Jesus. And that, like, you know, the cracks in the brain,
you know,
I
know exactly what
so,
you're talking about. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh man, that's sick.
God. But hey, like in a war, you know, like war is hell, not just for the soldiers, but for the civilians. And, you know, like you're struggling to keep yourself fed, you know, that little child of yours, it's going to suffer. So, end the suffering. Like it's decisions like that.
Disagree.
Well, are you just going to let it suffer and starve to death? Or are you going to,
take care of it best as humanly possible?
Well, you haven't been in a wartime situation. So it's hard. It's easy for us to say, you know, that we've never really experienced, you know, war, you know, us personally.
Yes,
you know,
of course.
So, well, you've experienced it more than me per se because you had friends that went to Vietnam and stuff. So you know more than I do.
But I haven't experienced it firsthand. That's a big difference.
That's still like, you know, yikes.
But
anyway, getting into a more you know, upbeat article here from UPI. Seattle woman amasses a collection of 5,631 rubber ducks. Yeah. Charlotte Lee, 54, said she bought her first rubber ducks in 1996 to decorate her bathroom. Now she has 5,631, earning her the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of rubber ducks. And she said the collection is still growing. And we have a little video right here. So look at all that.
Jeez.
And that's just one part of it. She has, so like one of these, like, oh, is that an Elvis? I'm not sure. But there's so many of these.
Good Lord.
So yeah, please refer to the underbar of the description below. The links to all of these articles that we've already gone through and ones we will go. They're already down there, so go give them a look. This is really cool. More from UPI. 12,952 cereal boxes topple like dominoes in Detroit. A nonprofit set up that number of cereal boxes in Detroit and toppled them like dominoes to break a Guinness World Record. Move for Hunger attempted the feat Thursday at Henry Ford Detroit Pistons Performance Center, aiming to break the record of 6,391, which was set by Long Beach Middle School or New York in 2021. The cereal box domino chain was set off by Kellogg's mascot Tony the Tiger. Well, look at that.
Oh, we got to see this.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, look at that.
Dude. Wow.
Oh.
I wonder if these are all used cereal boxes.
I think they're new.
Well, then I hope they use them. Otherwise, that's a massive waste.
No, they're not going to throw them. Why would they throw them away?
You never know.
There's not enough weight in an empty one, I wouldn't think. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, they're obviously empty, but I'm wondering, like, even if they're, like, cereal boxes, you know, donated.
You don't think they're full of cereal?
No.
No, why? Well, maybe it'd be too bottom heavy.
Yeah. No, it'd be too sturdy. Like, so no, they're all empty. I think. It's not telling me.
No, it didn't say one way or another.
No. Anyway, let's move on up here. Bear breaks into Connecticut home, steals lasagna from the freezer.
From the freezer?
No, animals are a lot more intelligent than we
yeah.
put them off. No, that mofo opened the freezer and stole a lasagna. Like, let's just watch this. So a bear is inside the house. Okay? So he's in the house. Alright, let's move. Okay, there he goes. Moving on up. He knows exactly what's up. Dude, he knows what's in there.
Well, they can smell, but I can't imagine they can smell that in a freezer, frozen.
Well, how does it know to open it?
Well, bears have a tremendous sense of smell.
And he's climbing out the window.
Yeah.
So there he goes. Huh.
Hey, close the freezer.
Yeah. Security cameras were rolling at a Connecticut home when a bear wandered inside, stole his lasagna from the freezer, and climbed out a window. The cameras recorded the bear, yada yada. Snatched the lasagna from the freezer, then used the open door as a step to reach an open window. The Bruin burglar then wandered away from the property with its frozen pasta treat. All right. We also have flight delayed by mosquito swarm in the passenger cabin.
Jeez.
What?
Are you kidding me?
A flight from Guadalajara to Mexico City was delayed for more than 2 hours due to a mosquito infestation aboard the plane.
Guadalajara.
Valera's flight VOI 1221 was scheduled to depart at 4:30 p.m. local time, but was delayed until 6:59 p.m. while the flight's crew and passengers attempted to get rid of the insects. Video recorded by passengers shows the mosquitoes being swatted by passengers and sprayed with bug spray by flight attendants. They said that the mosquitoes dissipated once the lights were turned off in the passenger compartment. Guadalajara International Airport is located amid heavy vegetation and frequent floodwaters, making it an ideal mosquito breeding ground, officials said. So, all right.
Oh, they just the cabinet.
Yeah, the cabin. Wow.
Yikes.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
You heard of snakes on a plane? Now we got mosquitoes on the plane, blood-sucking parasites.
All hungry.
Yep. Yeah. Another bear. A bear walks into a gas station and steals bag of gummy bears.
Eating their own.
Yeah, cannibalism. Security cameras at a British Columbia gas station recorded a gummy bear heist by an unusual shoplifter, an actual bear. The camera is at Tipton Gas Bar in Lake Cowichan on Vancouver Island. Hey. Captured footage as the black bear wandered into the store, took a pack of gummy bears off the rack and left. So, and they have a video right here. Yep. Bear's just coming in. Bear walks in the store, grabs a bag of gummy bears, and walks off. Pretty self-explanatory.
Who's going to stop him?
A guy with a gun. A big gun. And a really quick trigger finger. So, what else do we have? New Zealand man bungee jumps 941 times in one day. What? Mike Hurd originally set the record for the most bungee jumps in 24 hours outdoors with a 16 to 32 foot cord in 2017 with 430 jumps, but his record was broken in the last year by Francois-Marie Debin, who completed 765 jumps. Hurd then live streamed his attempt to recapture the record at the Auckland Harbour Bridge and completed 941 bungee jumps in 24 hours. Wow.
If you do 20, that's 480. So he did over 20 jumps an hour. How do you do that?
Well, you jump
back up or something.
Well, yeah. Well, you're connected, so they pull you back up, and then you
don't have to climb back up or anything,
No, you get pulled back up.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, no, you don't go all the way to the bottom, disconnect. Yeah, see, there he is. He's getting pulled back up.
Yeah.
So, because I've never seen a bungee jump place where you disconnect at the bottom. You jump off and then you get pulled back up, and then
True.
So, but there are a few, where you can get off at the bottom. Like
I've a lot, over 20 an hour.
Yeah.
20's 480. He did 9 something.
Yeah, 941.
Almost another 100. That's like 25 an hour. That's one every couple minutes.
941. Would I be doing the math correctly? 941 divided by 24. Am I doing the math correctly?
Yeah.
39.2 jumps an hour.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
39.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Instagram star's gurning ability breaks world record. What's a gurning? Oh, okay, that. 22-year-old internet star broke an unusual Guinness World Record by pulling his lower lip over his nose, known as gurning, and holding the position for 1 minute and 2 seconds. New Orleans resident Jovante Carter, aka Holy GXD on Instagram, showed off his signature trick on the Milan set of Guinness World Records Italian TV series Lo Show di Record. And this is essentially a heap.
You gotta be able to hold your breath, I guess.
Yeah, well, like, this guy looks like a grandpappy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, from the South.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, jeez, man. That's pretty wild. What else do we have? Road construction crew unearths 19th century boat in Florida. Wow. Crews working on a road construction project in a Florida city's downtown made a surprising discovery under the ground, a 19th century boat. The Florida Department of Transportation said crews were working on a drainage improvement project in the area of King Street and State Road A1A at the base of the Bridge of Lions in downtown St. Augustine when they came across some timber. They soon discovered the timber was part of a well-preserved wooden ship measuring about 20 feet long. Southeastern Archaeological Research, or SEARCH, has been contracted before the start of the project to handle any historical discoveries. SEARCH is now working on exhuming the boat, while SEARCH Vice President James Delgado told First Coast News, quote, has the characteristics of a locally built craft most likely used in fishing or maybe general carrying trade, end quote. So just a general, you know, run-of-the-mill boat.
20-footer? That's good
yeah.
size.
Yeah. Like a private yacht, you know? Something. That's really interesting. Like, and, you know, Florida, you know, being a very marshy state and all that stuff. Like, I remember not too long ago doing this new show. I had, they uncovered, like, I think it was a 40-foot something or whatever, like, on the beach or whatever. Like something. I think it was a skeleton, actually. Like some kind of skeleton. I'm not sure. Like a whale skeleton or some kind of like hold on a second. Let me see if I Florida beach discovery. This very okay. I did not. Florida beach discovery. Oh, it's a shipwreck. Okay. Yeah, December 9th, 2022. Oh, yeah, that's right. Daytona Beach Shores. I remember. 80-foot long wooded metal object.
Good grief.
So, yeah. Moving on up. Cat found in California was missing for 12 years.
Oh, jeez.
A cat that turned up in California animal control officer's backyard was reunited with his family 12 years after being reported missing. Riverside County Animal Services said that in a news release that Animal Control Officer Dalton Churchwell found a cat roaming in his backyard in Blythe and scanned him for a microchip. The microchip revealed that the feline named Butters has been reported missing from his family's San Diego home back in 2011. So all the way up here.
I wonder how they're gonna verify it was the same cat. So it was.
Well, it has chip, yeah.
Yeah, a chip.
Which is scary because people are already chipping their children. You know, like...
I haven't heard of that. They've been chipping animals now.
Well, no, like, people have been willingly chipping their children under the guise of, in case they get kidnapped, you can track them and all that stuff. No, now the government's in your child, you know?
Yeah.
Like, now the government can track them, too. 24/7, you know? So, but, yeah, all the way up here from San Diego. But, like, once again, like, people should not own animals.
Blythe.
What?
They found it in Blythe.
Blythe? Yeah. Well, it said here Anaheim, right? Or Riverside.
Riverside County.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the county over, not Anaheim.
Yeah.
That's the county over.
It said the city of Blythe, I believe.
Yeah, it said Blythe.
Which is in Riverside,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
It's a big county.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's Riverside isn't Riverside one of the biggest counties in the world? Not world, but like state.
Well, yeah, in California.
Yeah.
I believe so, or it's right in the area. Whatever one that takes in Death Valley and all that.
Let's see. Images. California counties. Okay, I see. This one here.
Biggest county.
It's this one. That is... Riverside is down here.
Okay.
Riverside's long.
Yeah.
So
what's above it?
Let's see here. San Bernardino.
Ah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Inyo.
Inyo's up higher, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Riverside's just long.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so yeah, there is that. Two more stories. We have, this is kind of sad, from NPR, a 104-year-old woman dies before Guinness can confirm her record as oldest skydiver. Dorothy Hoffner jumps 13,500 feet from a plane with Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois on October 1st. She likely died in her sleep on Monday at Brookdale Senior Living, the center said. That is very unfortunate.
So I assume she was 104 when she did it,
yes.
not when she died. And she may have been 104 when she died.
Yeah, right here. 104 was skydiving October 1st. Actually, that was just, that was 12 days ago.
Yeah.
So, wow.
It's weird. She passed away right after. Does it say what she passed away of?
Oh, well, just in her sleep.
She did it, and that was it.
Yeah. So, she made her first jump at the age of 100. Whoa. Okay. Wow. That's an interesting age to start a new something. Like,
yeah.
Especially like skydiving.
I think I'll go skydiving. You know?
I'm a century-year-old. I'm going to go jump out of a plane. God can't kill me, so I can't either. Anyway, last but not least, ride passengers rescued after dangling upside down 75 feet up for half an hour.
Oh, upside down?
Yeah.
Eyes pop out.
It's one of those like rides, so it's not a coaster.
Look at that.
A Canadian amusement park ride turned into a nightmare fuel on Sunday after stopping suddenly, suspending passengers upside down 75 feet above the ground for nearly a half hour. The Lumberjack ride, located at Canada's Wonderland theme park in Vaughan, Ontario, contains two hydraulic arms shaped like axes that swing back and forth, occasionally propelling themselves into a full 360-degree swing. Both of those axes stopped moving at 10:40 p.m. local time, according to a statement from the park shared with NPR. So,
I wonder if there's any kind of disasters from that hanging upside down. That's brutal.
Well, they're, like, I don't know the exact terms, but like oversaturation of blood in the brain can cause, beginning forms of brain death. You're not pumping the blood through.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not good.
No. Half an hour.
Yeah. It's unclear how many people were on the ride, which contains enough seats for 48. Some of the passengers were seated face-to-face with strangers, a design choice that let guests interact with one another and watch the terror on their friends' faces as they loop round and round, according to the Wonderland website. So, just days earlier, a 325-foot tall roller coaster in North Carolina was closed for repairs after visitors reported seeing a complete fissure in one of its steel support beams.
Ooh.
Whoa! Inspectors later detected a second structural issue with the ride and declined to issue a certificate of operation. Okay, well, with how everything is going, they're amusement parks are cutting corners even more nowadays. So be very careful. And a really good piece of advice that the Loon told me, recently, because Oktoberfest had happened a couple weeks ago, and our local church has like this little thing. They have like rides, the carnivals.
They bring them in and drive them away.
The portable stuff, yeah. What was the piece of advice you offered about the lights?
If all the lights aren't working on the ride, don't get on it, because if they aren't bothering changing the bulbs, then there's other things in there they're not bothering about either.
But on the contrary, if all they're doing is changing the bulbs, because that's the easiest thing.
Yeah, but if you're not bothering to change those bulbs,
yeah, definitely,
you're not looking at everything else either.
Yeah, but just take it with a grain of salt and be very careful out there, everybody on rides. Like even like Six Flags, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm. Like wherever you go, be careful. So. That shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. Our link tree will take you to our various video upload and streaming sites, social networking, and affiliates. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, we stream try to do it every Tuesday, but definitely every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you are you until you catch us next Tuesday, maybe. Or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show every Friday through Tuesday at 11 in the morning Pacific Time. And the Kicking the Peanut is coming up this Sunday, maybe. We're We might not have it this Sunday. We have that block party that we're going to.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. Anyway, until you catch us, tomorrow or whenever next time it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Mm.